Our agents from the State Securities Division continue to look into the investments that Bernalillo County Treasurer Manny Ortiz and his investment officer made to see if there's anything that could be possibly suspicious there.
Meanwhile, in front of commissioners, Ortiz is explaining his investment strategies that has left Bernalillo County short of cash. It happened yesterday, but he was not willing to talk to us. Check this out.
Treasurer, tell us why Roy Simpson is investing so much of the county's money?
Treasurer, why do you not want to answer any questions about what's going on?
Why is Roy Simpson investing so much of the county's money?
Well, after trying to explain himself at the Board of Finance meeting last night, Ortiz locked himself in his office. The long-term investments he made for the county are losing money, and the county is being forced to sell them off at a loss. Ortiz got defensive when Commissioner Debbie O'Malley questioned his exit strategy.
I guess the way you just now said it, what I could do is, since we've already adjusted the budget, I could go ahead and sell and lose $13 million of actual cash, and we would be at a break even, if that's what you're saying.
The state's Securities Division is investigating the investments Ortiz and his chief investment officer, former treasurer Patrick Padilla, have made.
5:02 now. The issue of teacher evaluations surfaced above the planned agenda at a public education forum last night. Teachers took aim at Education Secretary-designate Hannah Scandera during a forum at the National Hispanic Cultural Center. The event was supposed to be about elementary school issues, but it strayed off topic, with Ms. Scandera admitting at one point that the state's new teacher evaluation system, yes indeed, has its flaws. Teachers have been highly criticizing the evaluations for being too subjective and overly focused on student test scores. A drug dealer who killed a woman as he fled from the feds set to be sentenced today for that killing. In May of 2011, undercover agents tried to arrest Lonnie Dean as he made a drug deal at a gas station in Berlin. While speeding away, he crashed into a car carrying Roberta Torres and he killed her. Yesterday, a federal judge sentenced Dean to 20 years in prison for dealing meth. Today, he's supposed to be sentenced to 10 years more for Ms. Torres' death. But as part of a plea deal, that sentence runs the same time as the drug sentence.
The mayor's office here in Albuquerque says it's reviewing the employment status of an APD officer who's accused of trying to lure a child for sex online. Homeland Security agents recently searched the home of Officer Nelson Begay near Lomas and Morris and took boxes and a computer out of the home. Neighbors say 2 women and 2 children live with Officer Begay. No other information is being released in the case at this time. He is still being investigated. If you're looking for natural ways to heal your ailment, be careful. Santa Fe police are warning people of fake curanderos. The ritual healers who use herbs, prayers, and chants to heal gained recognition in the book called Bless Me Ultima, written by New Mexico author Rodolfo Anaya. Santa Fe police say they have received 2 complaints recently. The victims say they were approached by gypsy-looking women saying that evil was around them and to hand over money and valuables to be cleansed. Well, the woman took off in one case after completing a so-called cleansing in a van. Police managed to track them down, got the jewelry back that they took from a man, but since the man was willing to give them these things, the 2 women were not arrested. A suspected serial burglar is now off the streets.
And it's all thanks to the work of 2 quick-thinking neighbors near Windrock Mall. They heard the sound of glass breaking yesterday. They saw a man running out of a home nearby. That's when one of the guys started running after the burglar, and then Shane Zink got in his car.
I blocked his path off, kind of like on a cop show. It's a blocking maneuver that police watch. I watch a lot of cop shows, so I basically took off of their plane.
See, it does pay to watch cops. The burglar was taken to the hospital. Police are now talking with him about other break-ins in the area.
2 teens busted for allegedly burglarizing a school. This after cops say they left a trail of candy behind. Cops say 2 masked crooks broke into E.J. Martinez Elementary School in Santa Fe on Sunday. $600 worth of items were taken, including a school computer, a radio, walkie-talkie, and 2 buckets of candy. Well, candy apparently spilled out from the buckets and left a trail for police to find. That pointed them to the area across the street, and that is where they say they found a 15 and 17-year-old suspect.
A controversial crucifix at a church here in Albuquerque will stay there, but it's going to get changed a bit. This painting of Jesus hanging above the altar at St. Bernadette's Catholic Church in the Heights has been talked about because of its midsection. Some say that its stomach depicts an exaggerated version of the male anatomy. The church's leaders asked parishioners at Mass last Sunday whether the crucifix should stay or go. An overwhelming number wanted to keep it, so the church is planning to repaint the midsection sometime in the next few months. Jerry DeBoo, who complained about the crucifix to us last week, says in all this really was the right decision.
That's exactly what we were looking for, just so that will be erased off or painted off or whatever, so it's modified.
Neither the Archbishop or the original artist, a gay friar, wanted to talk about the crucifix yesterday.
The controversial book that was removed by the Alamogordo School District just last month will be back on the reading list for one high school there. Neverwhere was pulled after a parent complained of sexual innuendos and cussing. But Alamogordo School Superintendent says that that's not enough to trump the educational benefits.
We have to recognize where we are in society, and all you have to do is turn on MTV or any show on television that kids have access to, and you will hear far worse language.
He says a group of qualified teachers actually reviewed the book and determined that the book's good content outweighs the bad. Neverwhere will be a required reading book for all Alamogordo High School students come January.